In January 2025, Prime Council officially emerged as an organization, but its story began earlier. What started in 2024 as a simple WhatsApp community became a movement, a growing space committed to transforming the mindset, capacity, and leadership posture of young people. By April 2025, that vision was formally established as Prime Council Limited, a UK-based organization with a clear mandate to raise and guide value-driven leaders across every sphere of influence. In January 2025, we hosted our first monthly webinar. By December 2025, we had successfully delivered 12 monthly webinars alongside 3 Instagram Live leadership conversations and 1 dedicated skills training session for our volunteers, equipping both our audience and internal team with tools for growth and execution. Recognizing the need for deeper, personalized transformation, Prime Council expanded its offerings in August 2025 with the launch of the Vision Clarity Call and one-on-one mentorship sessions, providing strategic guidance, accountability, and clarity to individuals navigating purpose, career, and leadership decisions. December 2025 marked a significant milestone. We hosted our first physical training series, the Strategic Positioning Masterclass, in Birmingham, United Kingdom. With over 35 emerging leaders and early career professionals in attendance, the session created an environment of learning, strategy, and transformation, reinforcing Prime Council's commitment to tangible, real-world impact. Behind the scenes, growth was happening as well. Our team expanded fourfold, growing from 2 to 8 dedicated members, significantly increasing productivity, collaboration, and delivery capacity. This growth reflects not just numerical expansion, but a strengthening of systems, structure, and shared vision. Throughout this journey, Prime Council has remained anchored to excellence at global and godly standards, guided by our foundational pillars: impact, influence, income. As part of our commitment to accessible transformation, we also launched our first digital product, the Prime Council Personal Development Guide, now available on our website. This resource serves as a practical framework for individuals seeking clarity, structure, and intentional growth. Prime Council is more than an organization. It is a platform, a pipeline, and a purpose-driven movement. And this is only the beginning.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. So good to have you join me live. I just want to know where you're joining me from, your name, your location, your name and your location. So good to have you back again. So good. Okay, I'm just checking the chat now. Yes, I can see Fola from Nigeria. I can see, yes. Just keep it coming. Just keep it coming. Name and where you're joining me from. Thank you. Fola said I'm looking good. Yes. Top notch, top notch. I can see Grace George from the UK. So I want you to repost on your status. I want you to invite your friends. For anyone that has not joined, just a quick reminder for them that we're live. It's gonna be so incredible tonight. Speaking about becoming valuable in 2026. Who doesn't want to become valuable? So just giving 1 or 2 minutes for you to share with your friends, your loved ones and family. Yes, I can see Desire. I can see Desire from the UK. Desire is one of my foremost mentees, so good to have you. I know I mentioned you're going to have a mentee spotlight at the SPM Masterclass. Yeah, I'm going to come back to you on that. By the way, SPM Masterclass preparation is really massive. If you're still thinking about it, that's too late. You're already too late. The only thing you can do now is to just go get your tickets just today, because slots are filling so fast. A lot of people are making the payment. We're gonna be having people joining us from all over the world. It's gonna be really, really remarkable on the day. Yes. Okay. Yes, I can see Daddy and Mommy from Nigeria. Daddy and Mommy is joining from Nigeria. Thank you very much, Daddy and Mommy, for always joining my webinars. It's such a privilege, to see you watch me dispense value. And, many of the things I share are things that I've learned from you over the years. And, such a privilege. And my wife and daughter, they're also joining in the background. So it's a big one tonight. We're gonna start off now just because we have lots to cover. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram and on TikTok. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time of joining, this is Prime Council Limited, where we usually have our monthly live webinars where we teach you on the core pillars of building income, influence, and impact. And we have the mandates of guiding and raising the next generation of leaders. We've seen that leadership culture, leadership mentality, and mindset as being one of the major issues of moral decadence and social decadence in our society today. And from that particular standpoint is why Prime Council was established in January 2025, and we're 1 year into the game. And it's been so remarkable. Last year in December, we had our first physical masterclass, and we had over 35 people join us for strategic positioning masterclass. And in April 2026, we will be live in Luton for SPM 2.0, and details will be shared as we go along the webinar tonight. But just in case you're wondering, you need to get your pen and your papers ready because we're gonna be flying this evening. So thank you very much for joining. Like we all know that when you come to webinars like this, night webinars like this, Prime Council, it's always a moment of learning, unlearning and relearning. And this evening, we're going to be speaking about becoming valuable in 2026. And now I like to be quite detailed and give that sort of intro and background into what we're speaking about. If you look at that particular topic, you see that what comes first is becoming. Then what follows next is valuable. And the year is in 2026. And just thinking about it, guys, just begin to work with me because I'm already flying this evening. Now, many people just looking at that statement, becoming valuable 2026. You see that becoming is that state of growth internally that produce physical and outward manifestation. Now, in our world today, we have many people that want to do stuff that they've not yet become. So I'm just checking the chat here. So I want you to highlight anything that is really, really catchy, a point that I've made that is really, really inspiring. I want to see that my audience are following me. Yes, thank you, Fedora from UK for joining. Thank you, Fedora, for joining from the UK. Becoming, many people want to do stuff that they have not yet become. And like you've always heard me say that the strategy is be, do, and have. Now we have many people that want to have stuff. They've not yet done it and they've not yet become. Now we also have people that want to do stuff, but they've not become yet. So the first thing we're going to be speaking about this evening is becoming. And if you look at the series of our webinars, for those that are joining for the first time, we have lots of live webinars on YouTube. If you go to our page on Instagram, you can see the Prime Council hyphen underscore. You see that we'll have lots of content, both carousels, videos, posts, just to be able to, contribute to your becoming. Because in today's world, if you've not become, you cannot be valuable. So becoming is really, really important. And you hear me speak about the economic and social value of leadership in the 21st century. We had that in April. We spoke about being rooted. We spoke about achieving your vision in 2026. We've spoken about different things. So you can see the arrays of them on our YouTube live videos on the platform. Becoming is really, really important. What's becoming? A mixture of your personal development and personal branding. So if you look at that pyramid of personal development, that's where we speak about identity. Who are you in this world? And because Prime Council is a Christocentric brand, we've said that your becoming is tied to your knowledge of who you are in Christ, in Jesus. So, for example, when you read your Bible, you begin to see who you are. And one of the major scriptures I've shared with you here is Psalm 49, verse 20. A man that is in honor and knoweth not is like the beast of the field that perisheth. And if you remember in January, for those of you that have joined us in January, I mentioned about these three states of perishing that we'll find in our world today. Number one is the lack of salvation. If you're not saved, you will perish. And that's what majority of people are used to. Oh, I don't want to perish, I'm going to be saved. But it doesn't stop there. That those that are saved, some of them don't have a sense of vision. And we spoke about achieving your vision in 2026. That was in February last month. So you need to have a vision for your life that shows where you're going, because the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish. So the same consequences as someone that is not even saved, like an unbeliever, is what a righteous person experience when he doesn't have the sense of vision. But the third thing also is identity. It's really, really important. Your identity. A man that is in honor and does not know will perish like the beast, like a non-entity, like an animal in the field. So identity is really important. So if you're speaking about becoming, we're speaking about the interplay of all these metrics, especially identity. That's where you form your self-esteem. All over our world today, globally, we have billions of people that are suffering from esteem crisis. They'll tell you low self-esteem. They'll tell you imposter syndrome. They will tell you Dunning-Kruger's effect. There are lots of mental and emotional health syndrome in our world today because many people have not invested in their becoming. Because if it's not in you, it can't be visible. If it's not in you, it can't be visible. And we speak about personal development, knowing you are, identity, self-esteem, growth, and Jesus Christ increasing wisdom internally and in stature externally. Many people, celebrities, they want to invest in stature because that looks fanciful. It looks nice that you have that stature, but the function of how credence or how strong your stature is limited to the wisdom internally. That's growth there. And you know, at Prime Council, we've always emphasized growth. Personal development. Remember, personal first before it becomes development. Personal inward before it becomes development outward. So it's that interloop between what happens inside. So here at Prime Council, one of our code of conduct is that everyone should read a book. Definitely, you cannot become what you've not seen. You cannot become what you've not heard. That's why you join monthly webinars, not because you don't know about some of these things, but because you need to hear it so that it becomes a truth. You move from just, belief system to truth, then convictions. So it's really, really important for us. I'm laying that foundation on becoming. We are entering an era where effort is no longer impressive. So you see many people trying to do stuff. The local palace is hustling. Yeah, based in the UK, European system, they call it the shift syndrome. That's what I've called it, the shift syndrome. Always hustling and bustling in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Ghana, in US. You see people always on the move every day. They will tell you something like, I'm looking for my daily bread. Man must chop. Man must hustle. And it looks like the more you do those things, the more you put in the effort, it looks like the system is not giving you the results that commensurate to that level of effort. So we have moved from that era of hustle to the era of value. So access is no longer accidental, and opportunities are no longer distributed. There is that unfair advantage in today's world, and I've emphasized it for many of my audience that you must be able to tap into your genius status. I think that was one of the last webinars, achieving your genius status. You must be able to tap into an unfair advantage. And that's one of the things I've been emphasizing, especially for some of our mentees in the cohort, Prime Emerging Leaders cohort. I've emphasized that you cannot get anywhere in life. In fact, you cannot dispense premium value if you don't tap into your genius status. What is your genius status? Your unfair advantage God has given you. Some it could be writing, some it could be drawing, some it could be arts and craft, some it could be science, some it could be thoughts. There's something in you that God has put in you that is meant to stand you out among the crowds. Just like the same way your fingerprint is not the same with any person next to you. That's the same way there's something in you Albeit, if you discover it is a different ball game. But there are many people will go to their grave with untapped potentials, talents that could have as well pulled them to that strong foot. So we've emphasized that opportunities are no longer distributed anymore. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening day by day. In the UK, for example, where for decades there's been people in the middle class, now is widening because the gap is much. There's the poor on one hand, there's the rich on one hand. And I was speaking to the cohort guys. I said, do you know even in ownership? So you hear me say ownership, leadership, and control. Guess what? You generally pay less tax when you own a business here in the UK than when you're an employee. Those are some of the codes of conduct in the system. So why should you not own something? And you can't own what you don't have. As at now, many of you have what you don't own. So you have your time, your energy, and your experience, but you don't own it because a structured systems own it for you. So there are people working 12-hour shifts, still broke. There are people with degrees but still invisible. Still invisible. People with degree but still invisible. There are talented people but still overlooked. Still overlooked. The question is no longer, are you working hard? The question is, are you valuable enough for you to be chosen? That's it. Becoming valuable. So I've gone to valuable now. Because your 2026 will be tied by two things: the extent to which you command income, influence, and impact. What's value? Value is what stands you out in any setting. That unique sense of advantage. Your similarities make you fit in. Your similarities make you fit in. But your difference is what stands you out. That's it. Value. So the system of this world, and I'll give you an example. Right from your secondary school, your primary school, the system has conditioned you to fit in. Reason you wear uniforms, isn't it? Because they don't want you to get that sense of uniqueness. So they all want you to wear the same uniform. Even some schools, for example, I'm from Africa, some schools will even tell you what hair to plait. Look at that. So giving no room for you manifesting your uniqueness and difference. And your uniqueness and difference is what will stand you out. You can't become a genius by being everybody, by being an average person. You can't say this guy's a genius by doing the same thing everyone is doing. And that's why we say, and I've told my guys, there's what we call Messi, for example. He says, God of football. So God of something. I'm going to ask you a question this evening. Why are you going to be known for? What are you currently known for? Is there something unique to you that society, the marketplace can talk to you that this guy is a person? I'll give you an example. There's one of my, mentors, or should I say a senior in the game. And I spoke to him, I think, sometime this week. And he said, "Good evening, Coach Ayola, great man." And I was like, wow. Before, he would have called me Ayola. But now, just by becoming valuable and being visible, he tagged me to a coach. I didn't need to force him to call me a coach, but my value has compelled him to call me a coach. What has your value compelled people to define you as? That's the first question this evening. Are we getting it now? I want to say a comment that we're following. Look at that. Very important. In 2026, money just does not chase effort. Is it not quite disheartening that the more we hustle, the more they hustle, the more money, the more result is far away from people? Why? Money chases value. Because I reckon that money is something that is really, really important, and that there's little or no room for living an excellent life, a great life, without having physical cash, without having a means to be able to even survive. Because, of course, on the ladder of success, for many of you that always join us, you know the ladder of success from existence to survival to thriving, impact, purpose, and legacy. And God has called us to live a life of purpose so that when we're gone, our legacy will outlive us. But billions of people who end up on that zone of survival because they are looking for daily bread. What caps up survival is the desire or the need for meeting your basic amenities: food, clothing, and shelter. And think about it too. What answers those three things? Money. Bible says money answereth all things. So think about it, that money chases value in 2026. That's the third point there. So becoming valuable. But when? In 2026. In the last 10 years, for example, there was no any pressure on finances. You could decide to be average. I'm just going to live a low-key life, having like I have a job and all of that. But now, there's nothing like even job security in organizations anymore. Why? The AI conversation, the global inflation. There's a war in Iran. There was a war in Ukraine. So the subject or the mentality of security now, which is what has made many people stuck on the survival and the comfort zone, that sort of safety net is even eroding. It's like a rock, isn't it, that is wearing off by constant erosion. That's what is not happening to those that have even got jobs now. That security element of it is eroding day by day. As for example, there is the AGI conversation that's sprung up now. What do you mean? I was speaking to somebody yesterday. Lots of jobs, not every job will be taken away, but lots of jobs will be lost because there will be that dependence on artificial intelligence, not because they want to do that, because of automation. So, are you valuable enough to be chosen? Value is a currency. It's the currency of 2026. That thing that you can do that no one else or not many people can do, that's what will stand you out. I have in my notes here, I think that's one of the things we're going to be speaking on at the SPM Masterclass. Of course, just a teaser there. There's what we call the knowledge gap. You can write that down. There's what you know. Yes, so that's equation A. There's what others know. Equation B. The gap between that is what you can charge as your value. So you want to become that person that charges premium value. You know more up there. Your audience, your clientele knows less. They pay you to access that information. So this answers the question on why, for example, a Gen Z, a young person, should read books, should do research. And for me, of course, by now, many of you know me. I'm a personal development coach. When you join my sessions, I'm going to charge you. I'm not there for you to like me. I'm going to inspire you into greatness. I'm the specialist in moving you from point A to point B. I'm that specialist in moving you from your one-day dream to your day one reality. And it takes a lot of hard work. That means I'll be confronting those sort of mentality, those limiting mindset and belief system, those systems of laziness, of procrastination. That's what we do. But that's by the way. There's what you know, equation A, that should be high up there. There's what the others know, your clientele, your audience, your subordinates know. The difference between that and this is what you charge as value. So guess what? If your clientele, your audience, your employers know what you know, why should they pay you premium? No way. This is a call for research and development. That's the simple thing. You want to become valuable in 2026, you have to remember I mentioned in achieving your vision that what is vision? That vision is achieving what or knowing what others have not seen but will see. For example, Elon Musk is planning to go to moon. That's a big goal. They've gone to space now. In the last 15-20 years, there was something like that. It was like, wow. But now we have, space rockets and all of that. They go to space for exploration. Now there's a project of going to the moon. I think Mars. It was actually Mars. For me, I've been thinking about it. I know from my own human knowledge, I'm like, it's not possible. Not at the expense, not at the site of research and development. In our lifetime, or maybe not in our lifetime, humans will land on Mars because some people have decided to be valuable, and they've increased that margin between what they know as researchers and what the billions of other people know. And people will pay premium to access that. Do you know what it takes, for example, to get on a flight? It's different from what it takes to get on a bus. The same thing is transportation, isn't it? But one moves through faster, but one has a different sort of technology. That's the difference. If you can solve problems, but not just average and random problems, unique problems, you can't be poor. Take my word for it. So for many of you on this call this evening that are just thinking, I just want to play the security game, just have a job, I'm cool, I'm okay, maybe buy a house and all of that. It's going to be so difficult to thrive in 2026. That's you saying, I'm going to stay on the survival zone. And I've said it that in the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you could be on the survival zone. So we had our parent that had a job, they worked in jobs for 20 years. In the company I currently work for, we've had people that have worked for over 30 years. But now, that can't happen anymore. That can't happen anymore. So the security component of your job is eroding away. What's the next thing you can get? Freedom, ownership, leadership, and control. That means there must be something, and I said it in the first webinar of the year, Achieving Your Vision webinar, that we have moved from traditional economy to the gig economy, but now we are in the creators economy. Attention. And that's why I've been emphasizing, yes, I know you're building yourself, your personal development, but there must be a commensurate level of personal branding. So what is internal? Remember I said wisdom is internal. Personal is internal, but there must be development, external. There must be a stature visible to your audience, your clientele. Because in the game of value, it's also about potential, but it must be kinetic, actual. It's really important for us to get this. Yes, I know that you know who you are. I'm valuable. So people, for those that are Christians, they will say, I'm blessed. Yes, you're blessed internally as a reality in the heavenly places. But in the physical realm, if you're broke, bro, you're broke. And that's why they will say there's a local parlance. They will say show workings of what is internal. It's really important. Salary is not payment for time. And I work with a lot of young people. I see young people around. They think that I just because I have a degree, just because I spend time here, I should be paid. No employer pays you because of efforts. They pay you because of productivity. Spell that word out there. Productivity. Not just about random efforts. So now, and I've said it in one of the webinars, that how many of you as young people, especially for young people, for Gen Zs, for those in the corporate system, how many of you are paying attention to the AI conversation? Because you have to be able to adapt, positive adaptation. Remember I said in 2026, I didn't say 2025. It's different. The rules of the game in 2025 is different from now. It's really important. It's really important for us to get it. So what are you paid for? Perceived value and problem-solving ability. That's it. The degree to which you can solve a problem for your employer or for your organization determines the commensurate level of reward and compensation or salary that you get. Solve small problems, get small pay. Solve technical big problems, get bigger pay. So put that question on the chat this evening. What problem can I solve? What problem do I want to solve? Are we still with me, guys? Really important. Now, the activity levels of value. I'm just taking this slowly so that you digest what I've been saying. The activity levels of value. Write this down. Make note of this. The first one is potential value. Potential value. Potential value, which is what you can do. It's internet, a potential. So, for example, your gifts, what God has given you, your talents, and your skill. Those three things: gifts, skill, and talent. That sums up your potential value. And I've mentioned it here, and of course, those that have joined our webinars know I've explained what your ratio of skill to talent is. So many people, as at now, the ratio of their talent to skill is really low. And I'll explain out. What do I mean? Your talent and gifts are raw value. What God has given you, for example, you can write, you can sing. Let's use being a singer. You've got a good voice, you've got a good vocal. Yeah, you can sing. But that's a gift. That's a talent that you have. You don't work for it. That's what we call inherent attribute. You're born with it. Yes. But many people stop there. Just because you can sing doesn't mean you'll be a successful musician or instrumentalist. Now you must go a step further to refine it to become a skill. That's what the market pays for. As at now, many of you, your talent and gift ratio to your skill ratio is low. That means you have many untapped potential inside of you. You know it is internal, it's inside of you. You believe that you can give more to your world, to society, but you've not yet tapped it, you've not yet refined it for people to see. The Bible says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. It didn't say works, it didn't say efforts. Works, there is effort, but good is productive, is profitable, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So for many people that are society here, you just think God is going to derive glory from random work. No. Remember, I've said it here that in salvation we're all equal, but in kingdom function we are different. Somebody that wins 10,000 souls is different from someone that wins nothing. You will make heaven, but even in heaven, there are cadres there. Let me just go off the bridge. There are even cadres in heaven in terms of the crowns and thrones you get in heaven just because of your productivity here on earth. So if there is even consequence of your actions in heaven, talk more on earth. Guys, I'm telling you, wake up this evening. Life is getting much more harder for those that sit on the fence on average. You must determine to either be high up there or low down there. That's the essence of it. I've chosen for me and my organization and my entity as an individual, as a brand, to not play small. And we're going all in into this game of value. And it's working. It's working. It's working, guys. 2025 launch Prime Council brand. Today, the household name Coachella is thriving. Lots of things we're still going to do, but we have a target for the next 3 years. This evening, my VA is on the call this evening, our income tracker, lots of income coming in just because we made that bet to move from what I had as a gift and talent to converting it to a skill. You have to desire it. That's why it's based. The essence of your value is limited to your becoming. Yes, I'm giving that premium value now, but that took about 10 years of becoming, of personal development, of self-development, of self-leadership. The second level of value is developed value. Hope we're taking down this note. Yes, thank you. I think that's Naomi, passive value and problem solving ability. The second one is developed value. What you have built skill in. For those that are educated, you're literate, you've got a degree in this, you've got a certification in that, you've got an expertise in this. That's developed value. So you've moved from potential value, it has become a skill now. That's developed value. And the third one is market value. Market value, guys. Market value, guys. What people are willing to pay you for. You know why? God of heaven. I speak to a lot of young people daily. I was on campus, I think on Tuesday, and I met some campus, and I was trying to just in them on thinking about the business side of it. And the students were saying, "Oh, my passion, my passion." And I just laughed because I know that the person will grow in the next 5, 10 years. Your passion will be limited to the level of at which you can scale it. I'm not saying don't follow your passion. I'm saying what's the business side? What's the scalability ratio of your passion? Many people have potential value. Many people have developed value that is not marketable and scalable. Are we getting the point here this evening? You see, it's sequential. Potential value, developed value, and market value. No wonder you find the market is so biased because people will pay premium for what you think is foolish. You're thinking, wow, I have this kind of value, but the market system is different. People will pay premium for what has been portrayed as scalable. Ask yourself this question this evening. What is the scalability of my current value? Can people pay me for this skill or talent or gift I have? Yes, I appreciate that you want to pursue your passion. And it takes a lot of hard work. I'm not saying no, because actually there will be markets. Lots of emerging markets are evolving in today's world now. So things that they were seen as not scalable will evolve into scalability. But do you have what it takes to become a trailblazer, a pathfinder in that particular industry? That's what it is. That's what it is. And I'm thinking about us climbing the ladder of success because there is a message I speak to those that on the ladder of impact. So I speak to them, for example, they're not telling me, oh, I don't have £200 for your, for a vision clarity call or £400 for your mentorship. They are willing to invest. I have one of my friends is invested hundreds, thousands of pounds. He's joined the vision clarity call. He's joined, primarily leaders cohort, coming to the SPM and all of that because he's at that level. So you can decide to say, oh, I've got this passion there. I've got this idea. All this scalability. Can we push for it? But for many of you that are just starting off, you start first of all in your area or season of domestication. That means you have to do many things that you don't want to do or you don't like to do just to be able to get some mileage in surviving first before you now get your season of sophistication where you can do what you want to do. Example, I've always had the passion to help people, to coach people, to motivate people. That was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But could I scale it? No, because for scaling, you need resources, you need influence. But I had to go through that journey of domestication, doing what I naturally like to do. I've changed careers about twice now, just because we're in a season of domestication. But that many people now stop there, like people that start but don't finish or continue and finish, they don't get to that season of sophistication. So maybe they've not saved enough, they've not built enough capacity to stretch themselves into their area of passion. It's very important. Are we getting a train of thought now? So I'm not saying dump your passion, no. Ask yourself the honest question. This passion I have, can I scale it? Yes, go for it. Is it not scalable? Probably there'll be a new season that will evolve. Why don't you keep it and begin to build mileage? So Desire, for example, I've told you, put some stuff out there. Not because I want to see you as an expert. By the way, let me mention on that. Guys, I've been mentioning that you have to become visible. You have to develop yourself. And I've told some people, you have to be out there and visible. Why? Not because I expect you to be perfect. No. But because I want you to build mileage. I'll give you the perfect example. Somebody is 20 years old, yes, and he puts out content and is visible for the next 10 years. When he's 30, he will be addressed as a 30-year-old expert who has got a 10 years experience in X and X. The person receives more credibility than somebody that is 30, that is experienced internally, but has got no measure of track record. You get the point now? The summary is that experience in today's world, in today's market system, is better and more valuable than maturity. because the market system does not trust your maturity because you have not tried it. Guys, for you to be able to learn and say an expert in something, it means that you must have failed a couple of times. You must have made mistakes a couple of times. So get rid of that fear of failure, anxiety of being wrong, of being seen failing. We are building a brand in real time. People are watching me build Prime Counsel brand in real time. You think we're perfect? No. I sent an email to a large based audience, I think weeks ago. My VA is here, and we made a mistake in one of the introduction. Does that mean the business has crashed? No, but we've learned from it. But the business or market system will trust me for doing this for the next 5 years, that somebody who is good in proofreading has never put out a post. Do you get the point now? Guys, think. Many of you internet, I want to do something. You are saying, I will do this one day, one day. You must get to that point where you say, enough of one day dreams. Today is day one reality. And I reckon that some people will still be here and be like, oh, yeah, this guy is saying something nice, it's cool. And they will still close their book and go back to their comfort zone like a snail that goes back into the shell. And that's why we have a lot of happy people in today's world. The gap between the rich and the poor, the elites and commoners is widening. But how many years for the many people, tens and hundreds on our live stream, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, if we get 10 people to work with and they have that mentality of ownership, leadership, and control, that's enough to cause transformation in our society. But if you're here this evening, we're not here just because we just want to gather people. We are telling you what works, the back-end system that makes for value. Experience is greater than maturity in today's world. And the world will forgive you for building knowledge, even though you failed on the job, than for you that did not try at all, even though you claim you know it. No wonder when you go to an interview, the first thing they ask you is your work experience. And they will trust somebody that has done it for 5 years, even though passively or ideologically, it might not even be as good as someone that has not done it, but is really good because he has built internal knowledge. That's why I've said that, yes, I appreciate the fact that you have residual knowledge, but go for knowledge that works. Knowledge that works is what you learn and what you can implement now. And I'm speaking to people around me. Don't just say, well, I love to read non-fiction books or fictional books. No. What's the implementation quotient of this book you're reading? Can you implement it? Does it increase your value quotient in today's market system? Many of you are reading books that is not relevant. So they will read one fairy tale and all of that and spend hours of their life. Meanwhile, you could have used that hours and that time to learn something that you can market as a real-time value in 2026. And that's part of the seriousness in our world today, especially for people that read fiction books. I appreciate the fact, but if you're going to scale for art and culture, fine. Cool stuff if there's a market for it. But you don't just do something for doing sake. There must be a value mindset and value orientation behind anything you do. Most people are stuck between potential and developed value. Only few reach market value. And I was speaking to the editor today. We're writing a very comprehensive book to address this particular topic, because this particular book will answer lots of questions on why people don't get jobs. Your employer wants to give you the job, but he's not looking for a refined CV. He's looking for a living portfolio. The Bible said something. It said, "Ye have become a living epistle, known and read of all men." You cannot talk about having a portfolio without a measure of visibility. There must be that visibility behind it. So I was speaking to my mentees, why are you not being on LinkedIn? And this is the reason behind it, because now we've seen lots of job requirements. They will say, where's your LinkedIn account? Or send your Instagram account. Let's see what you're on and about. If you're not faithful in little things like your personal account, how you be faithful in organizational accounts? Really important. Really important, guys. This evening, really important. Market value. So writing that book on how to move from raw talent to market value. A lot of things there. I didn't even check it for a lot of things there because that's going to come out this year. It's going to really powerful book to answer a lot of questions. Portfolio, guys. Portfolio, guys. With all what I've done now, Frank, I attended one interview. I didn't need to speak much just because I have a portfolio, live visible portfolio of what I've done. Your work speaks for you. Say, let your light so shine that they may see your good works, not just works, not just efforts, but productivity, refined and glorified. Let me tell you guys, if you know so much, you get so much. I can't begin to tell you about thousands of investments. I'm currently taking my professional coaching course. Very expensive. Very, very expensive. I was speaking to my wife today on the mentorship that I'm currently on. I'm a mentor to people, but I'm also a mentor to great people. So I was telling her that one is exhausted. So that's the 6 months has come to an end. And for one of these programs, for the renewal of it, it's $7,000. So when I see people that, you pitch to them and they tell you, oh, can you join the SPM Masterclass? It's £50. And they're cringy and all of that. Yeah, their journey is still far. They are not even yet aware of what's going on. I have mentees that have renewed mentorship now and said, no, seriously, I want to renew. Double the price now, of course, because I said the first one is a teaser. This one, you've seen the value you got. And he said, no, I'm going to renew. Because the quality of information is what determines your value quotient. The quality of information you have, but you have access to. I said I'm going to renew, isn't it? I'm going to renew on instrumental basis. Because I cannot imagine myself not being in that kind of pipeline where that kind of quality information is coming out from. Guys, get plugged in. Stop all this. I'll do it by myself. Let me know now. If freebies changes the world, then we'll have many change people in our world today. Freebies are those teasers, are those tasters. You don't go to a restaurant and get filled with tasters, isn't it? It's an invitation into what is more. They say taster, but many people want to live on freebies and tasters. Don't do that. Don't do that to your life as a young person. Any value, any information that you want and you can't pay for it will not profit you. Go for knowledge, guys. Over this March, I can't count how many amount of trainings I've paid for that I'm still going to pay for. Today I was ordering stuff from SPM Masterclass. You have to be able to invest because it's in that investment that your value quotient increases. Your systems. I told the primary leaders cohort, I spoke to them this morning. I said, get your driving license, guys. Your value quotient increases. Lots of people are not getting job in the UK because they don't have driving license. That's a feedback loop that it's really important for employers. But many people will have to be told and be cajoled and begged to get a driving license. I'm telling you again, once you get that, once you see a job description and you see driving license there, you qualify for it. If you don't see it, you are disqualified. Told them, second thing, appearance. Go get blazers. Dress nice. It's really important. Your value quotient increases because there's passive value. Now, we are going to the hidden currency. Remember I said the hidden currency in 2026. Now, the first one is perception. Perception is really important. The market does not reward you based on efforts. It rewards you based on how we perceive you. The same way someone can be paid £5 or 500 naira, someone will be paid £1,000 or 1,000 naira. Not because of the uniqueness of the value or the sincerity of the value, but in the branding and perception of it. You at least you seldom see me coming to a live webinar and I'm just on a t-shirt. I appreciate that, but your perception is not going to be moved towards me if I wear that. But when you see me dressed formally, automatically your brain loop is wired that, wow, this is a serious session. Have you never seen the Bible, for those that are Christian, that a man went to a feast and he was not dressed and he was judged into the lake of fire? Appearance is really important. I've told you what makes a perception. The first one is your communication, what you say out, and secondly, your appearance. So your appearance draws people to you. The way you communicate and what you say out of your mouth makes them to stay or leave. Simple. Appearance and communication. If you can work on these two, your value quotient increases and you become valuable just by being intentional about your communication and your appearance. Think that, guys. Really important. Lots of people are not appearing with the way they should appear and they are perceived wrongly. This is branding masterclass, guys. This, when you pay for premium value master, this is what they tell you. I'm giving to you for free. Your appearance. Remember, I've always said it that you're the first beneficiary of a transformation. So when I tell people, go get a suit, dress classy. As a lady, you don't dress anyhow. Be unique, be modest. Not because of me, but because of you. When you get the result of it, who gets the result? You. Visibility and positioning is what sums up perception. Visibility, are you visible enough? Are you being seen? Positioning, where are you seen? Oh, I'm lucky, I don't like to go out. Bro, is she or she is looking for a job, but she's under her duvet all day, all night, low-key, not going out, not putting posts. What's up? Of course, now she can't be my mentee and don't have a profile picture on your social media account, Instagram, LinkedIn. That will be an aberration. Of course, that can't happen because we've gone through those audits. Those are the first things you have to do when you join my class. And you don't have any influence. You're not known all over the world, and you're on Instagram and you put it at private accounts. What's bewitched you? What are you protecting? Jesus. Look, in society have sold the law of false narrative. What are you protecting? It's a social media account. You have the choice to determine if you want to be there or not. If you want to be there, you play by the rules of the game by being visible. If you don't want to be there, leave there. You can't be there and decide not to be there. It communicates that you're not even emphatic. You're not decisive. How can you not want to be somewhere but you're trying to be there? I don't want to be there and participate and engage. That's indecision there. That's deep psychological surgery that I did for you there. People don't say that, but that is it. I don't want to go into some of those petty things that puts people off. Some people are more invisible than even the presidents of the United States. They are more unreachable. I mean, you can never reach them. As small as they are, as mediocre as they are, they believe this narrative of the Nicholas effect. They so much believe in being secretive. Bro. One of my friends many years ago, I think I was in Ghana then, he said, oh, when I leave, when we're done with school, I'm going to break my SIM card and throw away my SIM. I don't want to speak to anybody again. I said, yes, of course, because you're going to be broke and poor. And he looked at me and was like, hi, what do you mean? I said, if Dangote in Nigeria or Bill Gates in the US decide to do a private wedding, because of the level of stature and influence they have, nothing about them is private anymore. So if you decide that you want to intentionally decide to be hidden, that's you going to be an entity. Everybody knows the president of Nigeria. Everybody knows the president of the United States. Let your light so shine before men. The Bible said, no man lights a candle and put it under the bushel. No man. It's an aberration for you to have value and decide to hide it. It comes with judgment. That man that's buried his talents. Figuratively, that's what many people are doing. You're burying your gift and talents in the name of being modest, being low-key, being private. Those are English words. But the psychology behind it is that there will be consequences for you, both on earth, but also in heaven. Because God is going to ask you, what did you do with these talents and give them to you? Did you trade with him to bring glory to God? Bring glory to God. Because on the journey of bringing glory to God, it will profit you also. He said, the husbandman will be the first partaker of the fruit of the vineyard. Before you take the fruit of the vineyard as harvest to your God, you be the first partaker first. No wonder when you get paid. Yes, people say 10% and 90%, but at the end of the day, 90% goes to you. God is so faithful to say, no, I gave you this money, but you own 90% of it. So I will tell you something like, oh, 10%, but think about it, you have 90% of what you were given. That's by the way. So if people don't know your value, they cannot reward your value. They cannot reward your value. Guys. Really important. Thank you. You can see Blessing on Instagram. I can see Samuel on Instagram. I can see Priska on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Really important, guys. Second one is positioning. So mention this visibility, perception, but positioning. Where you stand determines what you attract. Look at something that they always say in church. And we thank God for the pastors and our preachers, but of course that's why you need to be on night school like this, because you get some things as pertaining salvation. Like I said, perishing. You deal with the salvation issues in church, but the church is not the only thing you need to be able to scale this ladder of success. You also need to be on sessions like this, on other programs that enhances your personal development and value quotients. What am I getting to? Bible said something. See that a man is diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not men people. And they will tell you something like, be diligent. Like in church last week, the emphasis was on diligence. But guess what? It says, see it. You're doing it, nobody's seeing you. You're going to be broke like Sunday, and there's not even diligence. See it that a man, see it. Guys, who is seeing you? Who is seeing you? I was thinking about payroll for month end, because we start preparing payroll for month end. We have about, I think, 7 people or so in the team now. So what are they doing now? What are you doing now? They're making people see me more. That's it. They're making people see me more. Since when you've been born, do you think a king will see you in your own small cubicle? And I've told my mentees, and I'm telling you now, 3 things you have to do, or 3 things that defines the rules of the game. Number 1 is either you are in power, position, or you are near power, connection, or you are ruled by power, a commoner or the masses. Take my word for it, guys. I'm telling you, these things are coming. I'm sharing things that people pay premium for. I'm giving it to you for free. It's either you are in power, you're in position, leadership, ownership, and control, or you are near power, you have connection, or you are ruled by power. And somebody will say, oh, connection, this connection people. Stop that. Don't be mediocre. The Bible says, no man comes to the Father except through me. Even in heaven, you cannot access the Father except by being connected to Jesus Christ. You sit down there and don't be connected. Don't be friendly. Don't be visible. Don't be endearing. Your low-key lifestyle, a poverty-based lifestyle. I was on a call, I think, yesterday with my friend till about 1 a.m. or something. And we're sharing values. I was guiding him on how to speak to. He wants to go speak to a high-end individual. So we're looking for strategies. And we had a session. We had a session on how to just go and connect with somebody, because he doesn't want to jinx it. That's somebody that's intentional. He wants to get that person into his circle. But he is, of course, he's my mentee. He had that kind of access. We were speaking to about 1 a.m. yesterday. Serious business. Do you know the funny thing? All what I shared to him, it was remarkable. And I was thinking about it. At what point did I learn this kind of diplomacy? Yes. And I was speaking to the campus student on Tuesday, that because we brought in a guest speaker to come speak on global talent visa. And there was this debate on, the students don't need global talent visa and all of that. And I said, yes, there's that part of actual value, but there's also a place for residual value, a function of what you know inside of you. And most times, many of you want to learn when you need it. No, you don't learn when you need it. You learn way before you need it. Because what even makes up for this value quotient is that you know a lot of things, and you'd have heard me say you must know everything about something, your areas of expertise, but you must know something about everything, your area of passion. The global talent visa conversation comes in that area of passion. You don't need to know everything about it, but just having a thought based on it. When you go out there, you're speaking in an organization, in a meeting, and you're talking about it, and say, oh, I have an idea on this, in case your value quotient. I've told my mentees, you have to watch football, go out, go for different orchestra, opera. Not because that's what you will do in your life, but because touch base, knowing something about everything, but you major on knowing everything about your area of expertise. Do you get the point now, guys? It's really important. So see that a man is diligent in his business. You have to be seen. So positioning, where you stand determines what you attract. Same person in the wrong room, ignored. In the right room, celebrated. I did make joke about. I still spoke to Joe, my creative director, this evening, that there was a time at Prime Council where coaching people for free. They didn't value it. They would even tell me something like, "Oh, I'm busy. I don't have time." But now we're charging premium value for the same level. Of course, I'd premium now, but the raw material is that we're guiding them and motivating them and inspiring them and and coaching them for premium value, because I was in the wrong audience. And now you seldom see me coaching people for free because I know it's not benefit you. But I have to go look for those audience by becoming valuable. So every time you see my carousel online, you see my videos, you see my posts, you see me become live, I'm dispensing value. I'm building my value quotient because I'm making myself being seen, but I'm also positioning myself where my audience will meet me. Really important, guys. You say you've got taste for music. You're called to be a gospel musician or a secular musician or any of those things. The distance between you and studio and musical concerts should not be far. Should not be far. I'm a student. I've graduated. I'm looking for a job. The distance between you and the conferences, seminars, and masterclasses should not be far. Many of you want to receive compensation and remuneration at your own terms. No, you're not employed to do what you like. You're employed to do what the employer wants. If you want to do what you like, you create your own academy or your own brand or your own business. That's it. The extent to which you can make your employer life easy, that's the extent to which they will reward you. Value now. So if you go there as a business analyst, your major, your very expertise, you know everything about business analysis. But now you have an idea about presentation skills. You have an idea about digital literacy, your area of passion. Your value quotient increases. That's why you must know everything about something, but something about everything. So there are low value environments. There are high value rooms. And right first, I think he was asking me something this morning. I didn't even pay attention to it. It was like, when you go to a certain place, that you always portray this seriousness. And I said, bro, it's intentional. She not said same, but it's not the same for everybody. I said, yes, when my friends come close, I'm me. But when I'm portraying myself, I'm Coach Ayo. You cannot expect me to be jinxing it, to be everywhere, laughing. This and no, as a coach, yes, there must be a positioning because you're selling. Every time you're selling. Whether people are buying from you or not, but you're selling. The moment you leave your house, you're selling your brand. The moment you open your mouth, you're selling. Philemon 1:6, but you've always heard me say it, that the communication of your faith might become effectual. The essence of anything, faith now, value now, your job now, your interest now is limited to his communication. So if a pastor says, "Oh, if you, you know, if you don't give your life to Christ, you perish," but somebody comes to say, "If you don't give your life to Christ, you perish. You're gonna go to hellfire. You're gonna be destroyed." Which one will create an impression in your hearts? The second person, because you've been able to address your pain points. It's communicated emphatically. The third point is proximity. Opportunities don't travel far, they move within circles. That's what I said. The circle of influence. You cannot be friendless because because this is anti-cultural, this is anti-society. So I see that as I said that people should not form community again. So think about it. This lady though, she's come to the UK, she doesn't have any friend. She's in the UK or is in the UK or US. Most of the people he or she speaks to are in Nigeria or Ghana. I'm not saying when you migrate, you leave all your friends. I'm saying opportunities don't travel far anymore. You must be able to form a community that you had that came to you naturally in Nigeria or Ghana or Africa, in the UK, and built around it. Because opportunity, especially in the UK, US, and European systems, the quality of life you live is limited to the quality of information you get. And that is within the circle of influence. You cannot be a loner, even in Nigeria. That's why you see the rich, they're always together. Dangote or Dollar, they're always together. Always together. The great guys are always together. It is not good that a man should be alone. Because one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000. Network determines opportunity flow. And I've spoken about I think the value of mentorship in the 21st century. I spoke about it. Your network determines your network. And there's a Tyler Perry loss of 33%. Go and check it. The Tyler Perry law of 33%. You should have people underneath your level, you should have people at your level, and you should have people above your level, your mentors, your coaches, your leaders, or people on your level, your mates, your colleagues, your co-workers, people below your level, your subordinates, your employees. There's something that each and every group contributes to you. And now, a lot of medical people don't pay attention to people at their level or below their level. They only pay attention to people at their level. Some people don't have intellectual humility. That's what I shared to my friend yesterday night. I said, you need intellectual humility to learn. I learn a lot from my staffs, from people around me, from young people. Sometimes what to do, sometimes what not to do. I learn a lot from my co-equals and friends. But do you learn a lot? Are you waiting to meet a great man of God before you learn about spirituality? Because the distance between you meeting that great man of God might take 5-10 years, but there are people around you. And I've said it, familiarity is bad. Over familiarity is extreme. You cannot see. Oh, I think I wrote it down. It's in one of the slides. I remember. I'm trying to remember it now. Yes, the story of Naaman in the Bible. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He said, because when Naaman got healed of the leprosy in the Bible, yes, we saw that he brought a gift and all of that, but the Bible said something there. He took the sand of that land of where Elisha was. He said he would take it back to his place. And I said there, because of course I catch revisions from these things. I said, never leave the sight of greatness without leaving the possibility of you, without tapping into it. Many of you see great people around you, most times your co-equals, but you just see them, you don't acknowledge them, you don't desire it. Value. Opportunities don't travel far anymore. Do you know many of you, your mates can change your life? Maybe not literally, but they have information or they have connection that can change your life. But because you don't have intellectual humility, you won't ask for help. Never leave the sight of greatness without the possibility dimension of what made it happen. You will see your mate do something that you want to learn. Ask that you want to know it. Stop all this. You not take the information. You now go online to go and be looking for the answer. when he has it here with you, intuition and humility. That's why the things I've seen with a lot of young people. They see what they like. They're not trapped, they start on their phone. They're not gonna be laboring when they can have just asked a simple help. That's what happened to the man at the pool of Bethsaida for 38 years. He was wanting a man. This guy could have asked for help. Nobody, no record of that. He didn't ask for help. He expected to be given help. There's in my language, they'll say something. Is the child that raises his arm up that the mother will carry. It must be easy to help. You need that intellectual humility. Because if you know more, you earn more. And to know more, many of those information will not be from people at top, on top. People at your level, below your level. The fourth one is proof. Are we with me tonight? Are we still with me tonight? Proof. That's the fourth one. Proof. For proximity, who knows you matters, but who trusts you matters more. Trust is very important. Trust is very important. But the fourth one is proof. In this generation, claims don't move people. Evidence does. Evidence. Like I say, show workings. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good work. See. Proof. Portfolio is bigger than talk. Think about it. You go for an interview in a meeting and you say, let me show you this, James. James is the director, he's the hiring manager. Let me show you what I've done. You open your laptop, you bring in a document, you bring in stuff, a video, speaking engagement, a research. Then I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Who would they believe more? Result is bigger than intention. You must be that person that is result oriented. You can produce results with less or limited supervision or intervention. And this is to young people. You must be able to see when you go on LinkedIn, you see different job requirements. Some of the things you see there is ability to work under limited or no supervision. Because the company wants to make money. They know that if they spend all their time coaching you, guiding you, what do I do? What do I not do? Okay, wake up in the morning, you resume to work. I don't have work to do. You're already signing your card to be sacked. There's always work to do. The difference is that are you smart enough to dispense value, to solve problems, to be able to identify problems? And as I've said it, your problem solving skills, number one, you need to build it. Your creative thinking skills and your critical analysis. So your boss is in a meeting, you're having a meeting together. Are you there looking behind what he's saying to understand the pain points? Or is it that after the pitch, you now say, so what should we do? What? After he spoke for the past 1 hour, no value. Yes, he's going to answer you, but you've not alleviated his burden. Your value is limited to the essence to which you can alleviate burdens and problems of your superiors, your employers, or your organization. So you got to get a new job. Don't go there and they want, because that of course they will maybe give you access to password and all of that. Day two, just like getting you to familiarize yourself with the system. Day three, day four, you are not saying anything. They not ask you what have you done. Not say I've not done anything. But you said that you get salary by the month end. If they reduce your salary, will you be happy? There's work to do if you want to work. Lots of people are lazy mentally. They just want to reap where they have not sown. And most times on the short run, it looks like yes, you've changed the system. On the long run, it reduces your value question. First of all, you're not credible, you've not built credibility and trust there. Thirdly, you don't have strong references. Fourth one is that if you don't do it, it will be hard to show it. People lie, but most of them are caught. You can lie to get a job in an interview, but you can't lie with what you do. Yes, ChatGPT is there, but there are some things that you will not go beyond certain levels, even with the aid of AI, if you don't have the raw material in you, isn't it, guys? Are we still with me this evening? The fifth one is communication. Communication. Value poorly communicated is value denied. Many people are skilled but cannot articulate. Speak clearly. Present confidently. Sell ideas effectively. And it's very important. I'm telling you the truth. I was in a meeting at the office Monday and Tuesday, and I saw my director speak, and I said, "That's the difference. Why he's getting paid in 6 digits, hundreds of thousands of pounds per annum. That's some people's money in 5, 10 years. People get it. Some, I think I was privileged to see some of the rate card of some of the directors. I'm seeing 250 grand, 500,000 pounds per annum. The same 24 hours a day, the same 9 to 5 work. What's the difference? Value. Some of those things are what they've built by experience over the years. Yes, but that they were intentional about their growth, because we have many people that have worked in a position for 30 years and they are the same level of value. But most importantly, the way he communicated on Monday and Tuesday, just being able to just oppose lots of requirements, information, details, clarity. I was like, wow. And he's really a young guy, not really too old. I'm like, wow, I was really, really inspired and challenged. Some of the questions that some of the guys asked him, I'm like, I didn't know this. I said, wow, it's a long game to purpose. You need to know so much. So quit all this, I know that bragging. I mean, I have a first class market value. They're joking. Go and ask those that have it. And I was speaking that to lots of people on campus. Do other things, and I think one was arguing with me. I said, okay, that's fine. And my passion, I said, okay, think about the business side of. If I knew these things I'm sharing with you now, I will not be at this level. We would have first of all built mileage on this thing we've been doing. We would have built that experience. The people that are doing great things now, not because they are giving more value than what I'm giving, because I've joined many coaching calls and masterclasses, and I see them like, wow, what I'm giving, they don't have what I'm giving. Some of them, because many of them, for example, the course I'm taking now on coaching, one of the rules of coaching, you go check it. You don't advise your clients. Bro, when you join my course, Vision Clarity Call, I change your life literally, but that's even against the rules of the game. They are saying in essence that in the coaching code of conduct is that you don't even give that kind of value. Because if I change your life, how will you repay retainer clients? Go and check it on the internet there. The rules of coaching, you don't advise your clients. You make them find the answer in them. And I join, people join my sessions. The guys there watching me like, I'm following magic. I'm like, I'm not a magician. It's me and you. It's done with you, not done for you. It's done with you. It's me and you working together to change your life, not me changing your life without your input and effort. But that's what many of you do. Some people, they've joined my course. I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, I'm not, we're going to work together. But even at that, we still get a better result at the end of the day. That's because I'm offering premium value. The rules of the game, go check it. You don't advise your clients. For me, I give premium advice, counsel, and wisdom, because that's my own unique selling proposition. That's why I believe that you can't join my call and be the same. And now, of course, our sessions now are exclusive. It's exclusive. By the time we're done with SPM 2.2, to get access to one-to-one mentorship is going to come at a premium value. It has increased definitely, and we have lots of people that have booked, that are mentees now and all of that, and their lives are changing. They've moved from that one-day dream to the one reality. You can also be this, but of course, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. For me, I'm a transformational leader. I'm not there to just be, of course, people know me. I'm not a content creator. I'm a value creator. I change lives. So I'm proud of the value I dispense. You can't meet me and you decide that you met me, you're on my sessions. I had access to you. I had the opportunity to your mindset and you be the same. No, not on this earth. So if you're interested, you can, drop a comment or just send a message to the VA. Why are people not valuable? We're concluding. Chasing certificates instead of competence. Consuming content without execution. People are here, they will write things, they'll be like, oh, it's so nice. They'll go back, they'll shrink back like the snail in the shell. Staying in comfort zone, avoiding visibility, avoiding responsibility, avoiding being stretched. I just want low-key life. Low-key life is low life. Yes, I said it. Low-key life gives room for low life. Fear of being judged. Fear of being judged. Because visibility comes with exposure. That's it. So people will see your growth, but they will also see your mistakes. The same way someone will be back end now saying, oh, this coach made a mistake in this, he didn't say this sentence well. Well, yeah, you have acknowledged it, but the world has seen my growth also. That's the difference. You can correct me internally, but I've made the effort. And most times, unfortunately, even though you know it, but because I'm the one that is visible, society reward me more. So most people aren't afraid of failure per se. They are afraid of being seen, failing. So they rather stay low key. That's the psychology behind low key. I was telling my mentees that what's the guarantee that I had that within less than 1 year of starting Prime Council, we're going to hold a physical masterclass. Not many brands do it. It's so easy to join live webinars like this on YouTube and all of that. That's what everyone does. But for brands that do physical masterclasses or events, are brands that have been there for the 5, 10, 15, 20 years because of the logistics that is involved. But we went headlong. And not just free now. Most brands do free because they are scared of people pay. No, but we decided to go for it because we know what we're giving. And we had 35 people in the room in Birmingham. We've increased our capacity in Luton. We have space for 60 people. Does that mean it will be 50 to 60 people? I don't know yet. We'll try. We'll believe. And we're acting. I've ordered materials for 100 plus people because I'm already thinking about SPM 3.0 in Birmingham. Space for 100 plus people. That one is going to be filled up. Because, of course, there will be more visibility between now and December. But I'm telling you these things in real time because this is it. Visibility. Seeing your growth, but also your mistake. But who cares? But who cares? Nobody's going to beat you for trying. But you'll be judged for not trying. Look at something very important. I want you to start this. I want you to write this down. Visibility feels uncomfortable in the moment, but invisibility will delay your destiny. Yeah. It's either you are seen, learning, and improving, or you stay hidden and irrelevant. Yes, guys. Thank you very much, VA. For those of you in and around Luton, if you're in the UK, you need to be at the SPM Masterclass in Luton. If you're in Birmingham, especially, we have transport for those that are going from Birmingham. I think as of now we have about 5 or 7 people that have made payments. now. So there's transport. You need to scan that QR code now, get your tickets. You cannot, you have to move from one day dream to day one reality. Take that step now. Someone still sent me a voice note and it was complete. I said, get out from my phone. You're not even ready because you need help. It's obvious that you don't have any clear sense of direction. You are seeing visible help, but when you're negotiating with your destiny, I don't know. Still go and tarry in the wilderness first. After 5-10 years in the UK, don't worry. You will come and meet me, but at that time you will not be at this level. I'm serious, guys. Because for those that are in SP 1.0, I was speaking to my friend, he's a senior software engineer, big boss he joined. That night of the masterclass, he launched his brand. What he's done within December to now, remarkable. He's moved that dream from his head to a reality that he can hold as a substance. That gives you credence for his destiny. But you're there, no sense of direction, and you're still negotiating. Should I not pay 50 pounds? I don't sit down there. I don't need you. Don't worry. But if you're ready, go get it now. You must think about what you will gain, not what it will cost you. Stop thinking about what it will cost you. Thinking about what you will gain. So what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world? He didn't say if it cost him. If he gains the whole world. Your media are thinking about going to the Mars, gaining the whole world. You're there thinking, can I not pay 50 pounds, this and that? But you want to break through. Your dreams are in the millions, but you cannot invest in yourself. That's the link there. Get your slots. We have life in Luton. And we also have live streaming for those that want to get a virtual ticket also. The link is also there for virtual access for those that will not be in Luton. Remarkable. Masterclass is going to be remarkable. Life-changing experience. Life-changing, not just because of the quality of the information, but the energy level. Society has downplayed motivation. So you see even pastors who say, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not, now that one I want job. No. Human beings function at their highest capacity in the presence of high dose of motivation and inspiration. If you're not inspired, you will not be consistent. That's it. So I surround myself with constant dose of inspiration from mentors. That's why I'm in a mentorship, because I want to be at that energy level. So being in the room on that day is not just about what you'll be saying only, but just being in that kind of energy level. Your mind gets into that state of stretching beyond what you think you know. You get exposed to these things and you begin to preach that I can actually achieve this. How do you think I start thinking about hosting master classes? Who gave me the code of conduct? Nobody. But because I've paid for events like that, I've gone for it, I've conceived vision and reality, I have them down in my notes. That one day I'll be hosting master classes, and this is the reality. First one in Birmingham, second one in Luton, not the end there. There are things I want to do, but I've conceived it because I've come to that energy level. You are there thinking about jobs there. When your mates are applying, they are getting jobs without even lifting a finger. Sit down there. A double-minded man is unstable in his way. That's what the Bible said. You're not paying this man, this and that. Oh. Value in 2026. You have to be able to invest in your personal development and branding. That's what gives credence to what people pay for. You must move from just potential value to develop value, to market value, to actual value. In market value, what people pay for is perceived value. Not just actual value. You have it in you, but it must be visible. And there's a packaging behind it. That's what SPM Masterclass is, strategic positioning. I've helped tens of people in the UK get jobs, position themselves, and bringing all this to your doorstep. You don't want to miss it, guys. So I think the flyer is there. Can we get the flyer? Thank you. On the screen. Yeah, I think we can hear the flyer on the screen. So that's the flyer. We are live on the 25th of April, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Lots of add-ons, guys. Lots of add-ons. There will be certificate of participation. We'll have a discount on Vision Clarity call with me. There will be a fireside chat with me, and I'm bringing in another guest speaker. There's also going to be We play live stream, we play access, lots of things. Access to the book and writing also. It's going to be ready. I was speaking to the editor today. Remarkable. Because my belief is to over deliver. That's my belief. That's how I think about it. There's also going to be souvenirs. We've ordered the first batch of souvenirs. So you're going to go back home with physical gifts out of what you paid for. There'll also be lunch. Forget it, guys. Forget it. Forget it. Now we're back concluding. How to become valuable in 2026. So I've spoken about how this is, but where do I start from? On this my journey of becoming valuable. Where do I start from? I'm going to give you a framework. VSA. Take note of that. VSA. Vision, strategy, and action. Okay, I think Naomi is asking for the link on YouTube. So that's the link there on the top left corner. You see the QR code there, but the video will also send it to you. The link is also there. Can you put it on the chat? Can you put the link on the chat, hosts? Can you put the link on the chat? Thank you. How to become valuable in 2026. VSA. Vision, number one, strategy and action. Vision. You have to just go back to the Achieving Your Vision webinar in January. Explosive. 2.5 hour session on vision. You must have a sense, where are you going to? You cannot just doing everything. Today you are doing this. I told you years ago, I have to sit down. The things I share is what I've experienced. I've done it. There are many things to do on this side, but you must pick one. That's where you tap into your genius status. And most times, tap into what you know you already have the gift and talent for, and you can exploit it to become a skill. But not just a skill, become a brand or a business or an identity. So vision. Vision is where others will get to, but they have not yet gotten to. What others will see, but they have not yet seen. But you have that first mover advantage, and you can get autonomy over it. Elon Musk, for example, going to the moon. To the space. They can charge premium for it. Social media, Mark Zuckerberg, and all of that, because they have access to that back-end secret. There are many apps now, but because he was one of the first people, premium value, that gatekeeping access. So there must be something in you that you're working towards, a vision. Like, I think 2 years ago, I sat down. What am I doing in my life? I'm doing this one. I met some people. They say, go and do test analysis, business analysis, and all of that. I had to sit down. I said, well, there's something in me. I have this gift of wisdom, of revelation. I must be able to trade with it. And that's what we're seeing here, Prime Council Limited. What we've met so far, I can imagine myself going to work in structured systems. You still have to comply and adhere. Meanwhile, like Jacob, there must be that time whereby you say, I want to have my own. What's told you to not have your own? The company you're working for, it was because somebody sat down to write a vision for it. So they have a vision statement, they have a mission statement, they have a strategy. It's human being like you. But you, do you have a strategy for your life? Do you have a vision for your life? Do you have a mission for your life? No. If you don't have it for yourself, they will have it for you. And you will live most of your life fulfilling other people's ambitions, visions, and goals. Yes, thank you. That's the link. That's the link. Yeah, take care. You don't have to think about it. You're getting far, far more than you pay for. Far, far more than you pay for. Ridiculously so cheap. Ridiculously, I tell you. Ridiculously so cheap. So vision, what problem do you want to solve? Who do you want to be known as? Corporate, do you want to know that guy that produces results, that go-getter? I told one of my mentees, because I'm prepping him for corporate world, and I said, the first thing first is that you get into a company, have a tracker first of all. First of all, organization and discipline. Being tidy is one of the first metrics of an excellent person. You can't be that person that your manager says, send me something, and you're looking for it in your laptop. And where is it? I can't find it. How? But the moment you say that, they won't beat you, they won't sack you, but your value quotient reduces. Have a tracker where you keep track of your documents. I showed him on the call that day that every day I write dates on my book. I write things down. So these dates, I'm a student. Yes, it takes that level of dexterity. You write down what you have done for the day, your tasks. If you're in a meeting with him, with your manager or your superiors, or take notes. One of the we're on campus on Tuesday. We brought in two guest speakers. Do you know I was watching the audience? None of them. I think I only saw the PG student who is our pastor, was one that was writing stuff and taking notes. The other people were looking. Student to first year, second year, final year, masters, they weren't taking any notes. I was like, these people, two speakers, they didn't take notes. Somebody that met me after, one of the other coordinators that met me, that, can't you see that they didn't write note and all of that? I said I saw it, but of course it should not be like this coach is always talking. Is it by force? It's not by force, so. But that is even once. That is, you will struggle in the corporate system because you're in a meeting for 1 hour. Do you think you remember everything you have? You will miss out on information. You will miss out on important information. You should write down things, take your notes, have a tracker, be organized. I told her that, well, in any setting, there's the part of the speaker, but there's also the part of the quality of the audience. I said apologies, but maybe these ones are not quality enough because you can't have two guest speakers and not take that. You think, are we there for storytelling? But that's just by the way. But if you take that kind of mentality to corporate world, you will struggle. So you meet that person that you are organized. They ask you, "Ayo, this you already have it. Oh, this you are organized." They say, "I've told you guys, do your Excel skills, your digital skills." That was what we spoke about at the last Instagram live. Digital literacy, your Excel, PowerPoint, very important. Very important. Those are things that increase your value quotient subtly. How can you send a PowerPoint presentation and there are jargons there, is not tidy, your colors are not arranged? You are incompetent. When they want to go and present to a high-level board, they will not invite you there because you can't contribute. But if you are good with designs, just designs only. For some of you that are working as social media managers, creators, and all of that, you don't know where this can take you. They will invite you. There's a guy in the company. What he does is just designs and AI stuff. That's his job, and he earns thousands of pounds. There are some people that have gone to school, master's degree, MBA, PhD. They can't do simple presentation. Joel is on the call, my mentee, he's my creative director also. I'm in his class. Like I said, I learned from subordinates. Data analysis class. I said, I'm struggling with Excel. Not just basic Excel, but functional Excel. I want to be able to produce dashboard, all of those things to enhance my value quotient. And I joined the cohort. I applied for it, even as his mentor. I applied. Guess what? Other people, I posted it online. They saw it. They don't know anything about Excel. They skipped it. But if you go and watch TikTok, they will be there and they want to become valuable. No way. The second one is strategy. What skills do you need? Can you send the link of the personal development guide, the Prime Council personal development guide for the audience so that they can download it free of charge? It's on, I think we have it hosted on Selfani on Mainstack on our platform. But send the link here so they can download it because I think this will really, really help them. It will guide you on what to do. It's only if you want, nobody will help you to study it or implement it. It's based on you. It's you and your destiny to yourself. But it's how you lay your bed, like they say, you will lie on it. But I'm telling you that the gap between the rich and poor, the elite and commoners is widening. I've decided I will be part of the elite. I don't know about you. So you can say you the masses, not we the masses. You can say you the masses. No. Strategy. What skills do you need? I know about coaching, but do I know the industry standard? That's why I've paid thousands of dollars and pounds to be able to be accredited. Which platform will you use? What audience are you targeting? This is for, creators. If you're looking for a job, what kind of job? Where are you targeting? Even in this game of looking for a job, there's strategy for it. So people are looking for a job. They're only on Indeed. Meanwhile, I have friends that where they got job, they have their own specialty is that they have the current and activated links of where organizations go and post their job opportunities at. So even looking for a job is a skill. I'm looking for a job. Where did you apply to? Nowhere. Are you on LinkedIn? Nothing, no picture. What? Strategy. And the third one is action. Really important. Yeah, admin, don't forget. Yes, admin is going to send it now. Action. Build daily. That action is very important too. Very, very important. Yes, that's it. That is it, guys. That is the link. That is the link. Let's check on Instagram also if they're asking for the link. Yeah, on Instagram also. Let's get the link. I think Blessing, can you post the link on Instagram chat? Yeah. Social media manager will post the link on Instagram for those that need it. So pick one or two high income skills. Like I said, high income skills, because the kind of skills you do, they also determine the kind of income. Like I said, some skills, some passion are not scalable. Why do it? Why struggle doing it? There's the branding. You say, don't let me even go into that, because that's for in-house, for those that come to my section. Build a visible portfolio. Join high value communities. We're almost done with the first cohorts of the Prime Emerging Leaders. And I've said those that are interested for the next cohort should join the waiting list. Join it. Prime Emerging Leader, do we have it here? Do we have the Prime Emerging Leaders? No. Yeah, it's on Instagram. Document your growth journey. One of the things that I think if I say I have a regret, will be that I did not document a few things, in that building phase. Really important. So document, save them, your engagement, your post, so that, because it will be useful one day. It will be useful one day. Guys, becoming valuable in 2026, really important. Becoming valuable in 2026. If you become valuable, you're gonna enjoy life. Let me tell you, I'm like, why I speak to a lot of Gen Zs and young people is because you've got lots of years ahead. So for people that are 20 years old, for example, someone that's 30 years old, let's say you're gonna live for 100 years or 90 years, that's 70 years plus. That's 80 years plus. It's a long time. Oh, yeah, they say life is short. Life is short when you're enjoying it. Well, life is long when you're suffering. You don't know. Life can be hard though. You see lots of, the funniest thing. Look at where the global terrain is going now. Lots of wars, global inflation, economic and immigration policy. You have to be intentional about your growth. You have to be positioned. Is it that you're in power or near power? Connect. Do you have a dream? Do you have something you want to work on in your job interview? You have to be my DM. Book a vision clarity call. Book a vision clarity call. Coach, I just need guidance. That is it. That's the link there. That's the link there. The vision clarity call. Define your vision on precision. Unlock unique purpose. Upgrade your leadership capacity. Activate growth immediately. Join a vision clarity call. It's really important. The link is there. Can we send the link to those that are interested? Guys, I want you to grow. I want you to grow. I want you to grow. But it's going to be done with you. I can't do it for you. It's not done for you. Anyone that tells you that just pay money and will make you transformed, is a scammer. It's done with you. It takes your participation. It takes our input to get you to where you want to get to. But most times, when you have that sense of leverage, when you have leverage and help, your journey to the top is always much more easier. So the link for the SP Masterclass in Luton is there. The link to download the personal development guide is there. Download it, use it. Settle down and decide that you want to invest some time in your growth and development. Leave the noise of social media, of TikTok. What this content creator or this celebrity is saying. They are living their own life. They are making history. You too, don't just watch history. Make history too with your own name. Many of you, for example, have determined it. I'm writing, of course, I'm writing 2 books now, but one of the book I'm going to write, Legacy Project, is what is the net worth of your signature. That's a legacy project. Many of you, your household name, your son name is not known, is not a household name. Yes, your parents have tried, but yes, you can say, my parents did not give me leverage, but what are you going to give your own children? The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And what is an inheritance? He said, a good name is better than riches. Good name, that name, but not just in the other, put in the holiness of the name, but also in the power it commands. Because people say good name, and that's what some of my parents have said. Oh, my good name, I'm not corrupt, but you're poor. You're not corrupt, you have integrity, but you're poor. It still doesn't help. We appreciate, we thank you for not being corrupt or not being a scammer or a fraudster. But bro, sir, man, you're poor. So at the end of the day, it still does no good. A good name, the integrity aspect of it, but also the power and the influence part of it. That's what the network of the signature is going to be speaking about. Wait for that, guys. So I have many things working on background, but you have to also get busy with your life. Stretch yourself. Like I said, many people are trying to leave their comfort zone, but they are in the midst of their comfort zone, they are leaving their habitat. No, leave your comfort zone, but stay in your habitat. So me, I'm in this space, for example, of personal development, of transformation. I'm writing books, I'm doing videos, conferences, because that's my space. But what do you have to do to be that genius in your own space? Remember, leave your comfort zone, stretch, but don't stress, and leave your habitat. Don't say today you are called to be a musician, the next day you're going to do project management because I must survive. You will be average in it because you won't tap into your unfair advantage or your genius status. It's really important. He said that the communication of your faith, and I'm going to leave you with this word, Philemon 1 verse 6, might become effectual by the acknowledging. That's where I'm getting to now. I've spoken about communication of faith. By the acknowledging of everything that is good in you in Christ Jesus. Of everything that is good in you. It's inside of you. All what will change your life is already inside of you. The work for you is to refine it, amplify it, and project it to your world at premium value, and you get rewarded. Next month's webinar, you don't want to miss it. Now, yes, we've got Instagram Live on April 6th. That's Easter Monday. Yes, enjoy your Easter. None of that, boss. Tune in again for Instagram Live. You can't say, oh, no. Your mates are busy doing stuff that will change their world. They don't take breaks. Why are you taking a break for value? I'm going to be live with Blessing Lawrence, very remarkable and wonderful lady. We'll be speaking about from passion to profession. You don't want to miss it, guys. Oh my God, this is going to be a conversation. Remember the last time I brought Coach Mitchell? That was remarkable. I got lots of feedback. So I'm bringing in Blessing Lawrence. She works with me, remarkable lady, very excellent, very dexterous. Blessing joined Prime Council as a social media intern. She's now a manager now. She's grown and she's gotten lots of, recommendations. She's made more money. Let me say it literally, just because she's understood these things I'm telling you. So I'm going to be having her live join me on Monday, April 6th by 8 p.m. We're speaking about from passion to profession. If you're in that space of building, you're a student, you're a graduate, emerging professional, you don't want to miss it. Live on Instagram, April 6th. And next month's webinar, wow, remarkable also, how to overcome procrastination. Because many of you, procrastination has destroyed many destinies. April 30th, Thursday, April 30th, 9 p.m., how to overcome procrastination. It's really important. Just moving from that one-day person to day one. Moving from one-day dream and ideation to day one reality. Guys, you don't want to miss all these sessions, because change is not just a one-off, it's consistent. It's consistent. It's repeated. It's intentional. Like when you want to break down a rock, it's not just one hit. Consistency is the rules of the game. So you don't want to miss it. How to overcome procrastination. Also for the SPM masterclass coming up in Luton, April 25th, is going to be explosive. It's going to be really, really explosive. You don't want to miss this. So get the link. Purchase your tickets, both physical and virtual ticket. If you're in Nigeria, don't say it's for you. Join. Be a virtual audience on the day. Invest your money in it, guys. Think about what you will gain, not what it will cost you. That's it. I just hope we've been able to learn a lot this evening. Like I said, don't watch history being made, but decide to make history with your name, with the value in you, with the talent in you, with the gift in you. Till I see you next week, Monday. That's on the April 6th for the session with blessing. You don't want to miss this. Just have this locked in. But till then, have a wonderful evening, and thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for watching. We are sure you have been truly empowered and inspired to take the next step forward.
To connect with us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Prime Counsel for our video resources. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Prime Counsel _.
Prime Counsel, guiding next generation leaders.
Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens when potential is challenged, refined, and given a voice. 1 year ago, Prime Counsel was founded with a clear mission to develop leaders, strengthen confidence, and unlock growth from within. We believe leadership is not about position, but about influence, clarity, and courage. Through public speaking and personal development, we help individuals grow into their capacity, communicate with purpose, and lead with conviction. We are a movement that motivates growth, builds confidence, and turns fear into fuel. This is Prime Counsel, 1 year in, and we are only getting started.
Every dream is possible when you have the right vision, strategy, and the right guide. Your growth is not a chance, it's a choice. It's time to invest in your growth.
Prime Counsel across the media space, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, is now launching its services.
Vision Clarity Call, one-on-one counseling and mentorship, profit from Scripture Masterclass, and leadership training. To access our services, visit our Instagram page and click the link in our bio. Select Get Our Services and choose your desired service on the website and register for the Strategic Positioning Masterclass coming up on the 20th of December 2025. The slot is filling so fast. Thank you for staying with Prime Counsel.
Thank you for watching. We are sure you have been truly empowered and inspired to take the next step forward.
To connect with us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Prime Counsel for our video resources. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Prime Counsel _.
Prime Counsel, guiding next generation leaders.
Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens when potential is challenged, refined, and given a voice. 1 year ago, Prime Counsel was founded with a clear mission to develop leaders, strengthen confidence, and unlock growth from within. We believe leadership is not about position, but about influence, clarity, and courage. Through public speaking and personal development, we help individuals grow into their capacity, communicate with purpose, and lead with conviction. We are a movement that motivates growth, builds confidence, and turns fear into fuel. This is Prime Council, 1 year in, and we are only getting started.
Thank you for watching. We are sure you have been truly empowered and inspired to take the next step forward.
To connect with us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Prime Council for our video resources. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Prime Council _.
Prime Council, guiding next generation leaders.
Every dream is possible when you have the right vision, strategy, and the right guide. Your growth is not a chance, it's a choice. It's time to invest in your growth.
Prime Council across the media space, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, is now launching its services.
Vision Clarity Call, one-on-one counseling and mentorship, profit from Scripture Masterclass, and leadership training. To access our services, visit our Instagram page and click the link in our bio. Select Get Our Services and choose your desired service on the website and register for the Strategic Positioning Masterclass coming up on the 20th of December 2025. The slot is filling so fast. Thank you for staying with Prime Council.
Growth doesn't happen by chance. It happens when potential is challenged, refined, and given a voice. 1 year ago, Prime Council was founded with a clear mission to develop leaders, strengthen confidence, and unlock growth from within. We believe leadership is not about position, but about influence, clarity, and courage. Through public speaking and personal...
Thank you for watching. We are sure you have been truly empowered and inspired to take the next step forward.
To connect with us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Prime Council for our video resources. And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Prime Council _.
Prime Council, guiding next generation leaders.